the Katinga, and last I left off I had all the sub-assemblies done, and now I managed to assemble it. It's an impressive kit when it's all put together. But anyway, other than the tiny pieces that go along the parts here and a little bit on the underside with the impulse engines, other than that, it is assembled. So anyway, two things. One, I'm going to have to use Mr. Photo Etch here when it comes in the little light kit, basically for one fret deal, and that's the long one right here, because actually this has got like 3 pieces, and you really need to, and I don't know if you can see it, you kind of need to sand it a little bit here and there, get that kind of smooth. I mean, you really don't have to, but anyway, I need to get that because I really don't want to sand and fill the 2 little areas right here, so the strip of photo etch will hide all that. Hopefully I can line it up straight enough so that the windows will shine through with it. But anyway, other than that, you know, it's because it's basically 3 pieces. That's about my only really little gripe. And I had one problem, and it really wasn't a problem because I actually broke it. And the locator pins, for example, I thought Tank would have one. Anyway, the little pin that's there's a pin that's supposed to go in there. I wish they were a little fatter and a little more squattier, not real thin and long. That was my only really complaint because I snapped it off when I snapped it on. But anyway, getting the main hole together, some people have said that theirs was kind of warped, which mine wasn't, but you know, anyone's could be. All I did was assembled like one section, like right here, and just started using the Aurora of clamps and just clamped my way down till I got the other end on that as well. One thing I got to point out, and I had learned this the hard way, this part on the instructions, you need to put these 2 together first, then put the neck on. I put the neck on and then put the top on. I shouldn't have done that. And I'll try to show, well, let's just do the lights first here. So I got everything to fit. That's the main important thing. I got to tidy up the wires and everything, but the lights work. The, I'll call it, what's it? Symbol lights. And you can see there's a little bit of a gap right there. I just got to fill that in with tulip, which we'll talk about that more when we get to that point. But the lights work. The strobes, I think they are a little fast. I think it should be basically one notch down, especially on both of them. But I do like them. I mean, it's something that's you know, probably omitted a lot on model kits. But you got the strobes back here, or excuse me, the floodlights back there, floodlights there. The bridge, which we're going to have to mask that off, get the 3 little squares there. So we are good to go. Torpedo launcher, even the rear one. And I haven't done the impulse engine, so it will be red, and of course the that part right there is red. But anyway, other than that, it's just pretty darn slick. But anyway, let's get in the I want to leave that loose, and this one's loose too. This is designed to pop off, but you see, I gotta clean up the wires, get everything forced down in there, so it's more neat and tidy. But right here, I'll just show you. Turn that off. I said you need to put both holes together before you get to the neck, because I had to chop out just a little bit because I didn't put the top on like I should have. So I had to cut mine out, which is no big deal. And I got the wires out of the way and snapped that back in, and we are good to go on that. So we're good and sturdy and ready to put the remainder pieces on, and then probably start painting. And one thing I did do is I went in with some styrene strip here and just started cutting little bits of styrene squares. You can see and I added some detail. You may not be able to see it with the it's the parts along the edges On the resin copy, you can actually see it, but you can't see it on the plastic one. But anyway, I added some detail. I had a couple more on the back here and mimic the resin one, and then we are good to go on it. Paint, I decided on, I wasn't going to do Tamiya. I probably will do Tamiya, but I'll probably do that more in the panels. I need a basic base coat, and I went with Rust-Oleum Hunt Club Green. And if you can actually see it, I think that's an actual, that's a nice color. It's not that type of green, but it's more of a, you know, I don't want to say flatter, but more military-ish, you know, more worn out green, because I think Klingon ships, you know, need to be battle worn. But I just need a good base coat so I can get it applied, and then I can go in with the airbrush, and we'll do panels and do some weathering and all that good stuff. But anyway, that's what I've got going on today. We are continuing on with the Continga.